As a business operator or owner, you're constantly looking for new information, gaining knowledge, because the business environment continues to move and life continues to evolve. There's always new information. Now, a key source of information is YouTube, and there's a lot of people putting some great content out there, useful information, but also too, there's a lot of information that's dressed up really nicely, but realistically it's offering a couple of key fundamentals. And there are some key fundamentals in business that you can follow, and you don't need much more than that to actually operate a business. So this is where we can get overwhelmed with the hype of what's being presented. And this is a simple way of identifying what is hype and what is actually fundamental principles within the information being presented. So what I've got, and I just want to show you an example here. So I've done a search within YouTube, and I've searched premium branding psychology. So there's a number of videos here that people have put out, and they're highlighting the difference between luxury and premium, and what that all means, and how to go about creating a premium brand. And so what you can do is grab one of those videos. You can record it, you can get a transcript from it. If you download the video and upload it either to YouTube itself, you can grab a transcript that way, or you can grab a transcript from an editing app. Most have a transcript function in them as well. Either way, what you're aiming to is you grab the transcript and you want to put that into your AI bot. So what I've got is I've actually got a transcript here. So I'm going to go into Claude this time, and before I actually put that in there, I'll actually grab a copy of that transcript. So I've got that here. I should be able to select all. Yes, I can do that. I'll copy that transcript. Okay, so I'll go back to Claude. What I want to do is extract from this transcript the core fundamental principles or actions that can be followed. What I'm looking to do is move the fluff aside and actually get to what are the core principles and any specific actions that can be taken. So put that there. Now I should be able to paste. Select paste. Now that should paste that text in there. So that text has been pasted there. So I've given it, and I'm specifically told it I'm looking for core principles. I've put the fluff aside because a lot of this stuff is padded out with some nice wording to make it sound like there's a lot of unique things in there. But most of these marketing principles have existed for a long time, and most of the principles in life that we need and business that we need are universal and have existed for a long time. So I'll send that off to do an analysis of that. All right, so it's gone through here, and it says the core principles and actions, and it's given me that. So there's three principles: exclusivity, identity, and storytelling. So the three-step is, step one, mapping psychology, set the market vector, and it's given me that information. So one question worth asking, it says at the bottom, what world am I creating for my customers? Now, what I want to do is just then check, is there anything unique in this? From a premium branding perspective, is there anything unique in what this transcript is offering? Or are these core fundamental principles? And is there anything missing from these core fundamental principles? So what I've done there, I'll get rid of that. Okay, so I've asked it to then go ahead and then check, because again, we want to find out what is the core stuff that we need here and what we want to use going forward, rather than we can get drawn into the hype, which is what part of the marketing is about. So here's an honest assessment. Is anything in this unique? No. These are foundational brand strategy principles that have been documented for decades. Exclusivity, going back to 1899. Identity, going back to 1982, 1988. Storytelling's as old as the hero's journey, but storytelling's as old as I think we've been able to communicate. So also too, and so I asked it what I wanted to about what was missing, and so we've got price as a signal, distribution and control, restraint in communication, product and prerequisite, active rejection, active rejection, consistency across touch points, heritage and provenance. So bottom line, the transcript is solid practitioner level introduction. 3 principles are real and worth applying, but it's written for someone building their first premium brand, not for someone thinking architecturally about brand quality. The missing piece is price where serious premium position actually gets built. So this is really useful from your perspective of understanding, because what you've done there is we've started with a video which sounded really, when it was delivered very professionally, it sounded, and then probably did it in several different takes, unlike what I do. And it sounded really great. And if you don't know the background, you could easily take that on board and go, oh wow, this is amazing. And really it was selling a course for them. But here, as you can see, we've got the 3 principles there, but then when I've asked it what's missing, this has actually given me a lot more detail that I can actually use to create my own premium branding. And you can apply this principle not just to branding, but to any education piece. So you can have the video, get the transcript, ask what are the key elements, then ask what is missing, and it'll fill in that gap for you and give you that information. So then you've got a nice little framework. So here we'll give you one little tip. From this information, can you build out a short step-by-step guide that I can use to create a premium brand? And you can create a much longer brand as well, brand story. But here, this gives you a nice step-by-step guide. So phase 1 is foundation, get this wrong and nothing else works. So it's, again, putting it all together, and you build the product worth the price, set your price, brand statement. It's taking you through the steps. Then phase 2, positioning, so how you're going to position it. And I won't put this here so you can do that. You actually do the exercise yourself and you'll actually gain a lot more knowledge that way. I think phase 4 is communication, phase 5 is growth. So it's actually building out, and this is a very simple brand strategy, and then you can actually use the AI as a coach, which we've got a whole separate video series on how to use AI as a coach to do these different things and guide you and get feedback all the way through. So there you have it. It's a very simple process. If you're ever watching a YouTube video and you're getting, oh, that's really exciting, just pause for a second, put the transcript into the bot, whichever app you use, and break it down and ask what are the key elements, and then also ask what's missing, because it'll fill in those blanks for you. And the only real mystery in the world is why kamikaze pilots wore helmets. Your unconscious fears are shackles that are holding you back from success, and Get the Cheese will help you overcome that.